I'm going to butcher this poor guy's name, but director Jeremy Saulnier, I think is his name, is a director that I may not be able to pronounce, the name of his name, but I do like his movies. And it was almost 1 year ago to today that I got the green room that I saw his movie Blue Ruin. And I was really blown away by it, so I was always looking forward to his next film. I've not seen Murder Party, but I hear it's really good as well. And I'm going to go ahead and just be upfront with this. I have the slipcase for Green Room. I don't have the right movie in the case because I loaned it out. I loaned it out before I did the video review. But I do have the slipcase because I never loan out the slipcases because usually they get mangled before they return to me. So just, keep the illusion alive here that this is the legit movie inside the slipcase. But let's talk about Green Room, which is basically about a punk rock band down on their luck. They're kind of on a tour, I guess you could say. They end up going and doing this interview with this guy, and I think the show ends up getting canceled or something of that sort. So he does them a solid, and he gets them booked at this other place. But as they get there, they realize real quick that they're kind of in a bad place because they're in like a neo-Nazi club, more or less. There's a lot of skinheads around there. There's a lot of people that you probably don't want to be around. And they could always take the high road, just do their stuff and be done with it. But they might throw in a song there that seems to rile them up a little bit. But that's not the point of the movie. What happens is there's this other band there, and they're a little high-strung, especially with their lead singer. And these guys, their set's done. They're about to leave. The girl forgets her phone, so he goes back to get the phone. And when he walks in, he sees somebody dead on the floor with a knife, I believe it is, in their head. So that sets off the chain of events that basically becomes Green Room, which I think is a pretty strong effort here this year. One of those films that when you watch it, it kind of makes you a little bit uneasy. You can almost sense the dread from the moment it starts. And basically, the owner of the club is Patrick Stewart here. I believe I got his name right. Please tell me that. Yes, Patrick Stewart. I always liked Star Trek Next Generation. He's like the leader of the club, the owner of the club or whatever, and him and his guys there. They kind of put a big guy in there and keep the band in the room. And they kind of act like they're going to get the cops and sort everything out. But everybody knows they're not doing that, and the band pretty well knows it's not doing that. So more or less it boils down to them having to try to fight their way out of the club, which is not easy to do, especially when you're not equipped or prepared for the type of stuff that you have coming at you. And what happens is, like I said, it's tense, it's bloody. It's one of those where it's never dull. Never in this movie is it dull for me from start to finish. And it's pretty heartbreaking, some of it is, because you know not all of them's going to make it out of it, and it kind of becomes a game of who is and who isn't. And there's a lot of really interesting characters in it, and it also has Anton Yelchin, which I hate if I got his name wrong, because I really hated what happened to him a lot long ago, because he's always been one of my favorite actors, kind of, with like Charlie Bartley and stuff like that. So I hated what happened with him. But I'm telling you what, if this is his last performance, I don't know, he did a Star Trek movie again. I think he did. The latest one ain't out yet, but this is one heck of a way to to cap off a career that I think was great anyway. And the Green Room is like Jeremy Saulnier's maybe his masterpiece at this point. I would say, I would put it above Blue Ruin. I've not seen Murder Party, but I think it's better than Blue Ruin, and I really, really like Blue Ruin. So it's full of punk rock. It's violent. There's gunshots, and there's dogs trying to rip throats out, and there's these neo-Nazis going. I don't know how that organization got as well organized as they do in this movie, but they're almost to a military form when they go after this band, and they do it with these very weird procedures and stuff, and it makes it extremely hard, for the guys that's in danger. But like I said, this one, ignore that because it's not the right movie, but this one is probably, in my opinion, one of the best ones we've seen this year. It kind of walks the line between thriller and horror, but it's got the best of everything, I do believe. Into the Pit, the making of Green Room, is a featurette on here. It's also got audio commentary by the writer-director. If you've not seen this, I would certainly go check it out, because I believe you will love it.